Good evening, everyone. Can everybody out there hear me just fine? I surely hope so. Just adjust this a little bit. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Thank you for joining me on Saturday night. Give me a number one if you all can hear me, so I know that my mic is working. I had issues with it a little while ago. Number one, Bob R. Thank you very much. All right, there is a lot of people coming in here. We got a lot of great news to cover tonight. Besides the video and stuff, we were doing a one giveaway. It's actually going to be one giveaway and two community appreciation gifts from me. So you're all going to have to stick around, and you're going to have to wait to see what it's all about. I would like to take in 1 second here and welcome a new member, Renee O'Connor. She is now a member of Survival Preparedness for Beginners. Thank you very much, Renee. I do appreciate that. It's something new that I started on this channel, membership. And I'm hoping that, people start participating in that and we can start getting that going. I'm excited about doing some members only videos and offering different types of things on that platform there for people. As always, though, you'll be able to still watch all the videos, the live streams, participate in all the giveaways and everything else. You don't have to be a member. It's just something extra for anybody that would like to do that. I'm also very pleased to announce that a lot of things have been changing as far as what is taking place with the channel. We now have merchandise, folks. It took forever for me to finally get to that point. I had to have somebody help me get all that stuff set up, and you all will meet that somebody here probably in the middle of September. I will be going on vacation for the first 2 weeks of September. There'll still be some videos and stuff coming out. My live streams may be off for a couple of weeks. I may do a pop-up live stream. My son is actually getting married on the 10th of September, which is a Saturday. So that one I won't be able to do. And we are flying up there to enjoy hopefully some cooler weather, some family time, and just to get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life as we know it. I'm going to give this another minute here. I'm going to see if some more people jump on. I did finally get my teeth are all finally done, folks. So now it's just getting used to having a mouthful of teeth. So that was a lot of great news. That was finalized this past week. And thank God that's over. That's been a long track for me. I was hoping to be done sooner, but some things, they take a little bit longer than what they're supposed to. All right, so I'm going to jump in here real quick to say hi to a few people. Coffee Person Speak and JT, thank you for being here. I didn't see Jan yet. She could be busy or away. Pitbull's here. Renee O'Connor, like the new member. My Prepping Journey, David, Coffee Guide, Let's Talk Prepping, Doctor, Carrot Top, Laura, Mary Mischiefs, C. Grace, Lady J, Lynn Stalker, Michael O'Brien. I did see Stuart Prepping in here, Sunset's in here, Rockamoss. Thank you all for joining in and on this Saturday evening. We do have a very important video to go over. I hope everybody has been paying attention and really listening to what is taking place. There's just so much stuff that is going on, and you know, it's one of those things where we have to try to stay ahead of the eight ball. Really, folks. I mean, things are getting pretty scarce out here, and you know, it just seems to be another one of those weeks. I know at work it wasn't a good week at work, and but I'm here with you guys now, and we're going to get going on this video. As I did say, once again, thanks to Renee O'Connor for joining the members club. I do appreciate that, and there's a lot that's going to be coming up, and there's a lot of stuff that is going on this channel right now. The question is, though, what have you done to be prepared for tomorrow? What is the number one thing that you need to be doing right now? We have so many bad different scenarios that are taking place in this country right now. We're going more into debt. They just passed another so many $billion bill in Congress there, and I'm waiting for the president to sign that bill, which is well, I don't know, folks. I don't know where we're going. All I know is the only thing I can tell everybody is we have to be prepared, because they're going to do whatever they want to do, whether we like it or we don't. Let's face the facts. The hardest part of the whole situation that we're dealing with right now is the food prices. A lot of people are struggling big time with the food prices in this country. Food is up 43%. Actually, what I should say is food is really the downside to a lot of people right now. Since 43 years ago is what I meant to say. Food is an all-time high. And for some reason, our government keeps turning around and they're just like, what is going on? You know, I mean, they are telling us the other day when they came out with the 8.5% inflation rate, and it went down just a little bit, right? But then they turn around and the president gets up and he's speaking and he says that it's zero because some things went up, some things went down, so it cancels itself out. The fact of the matter is the food prices are rising. Food prices are going to keep rising. I've been doing some investigating on what is going to be really affecting a lot of the food prices in this country over towards the end of this year to the beginning of next year, and it doesn't look good. I'm telling you right now. I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong, because people are struggling as it is. You know, so the question stands is, you know, what have you done to be prepared for tomorrow? Have you thought about what you need to be doing? Have you thought about how you need to approach this situation? It's getting to be a very bad situation for a lot of people. A lot of things are rising to the prices where people are having to choose between a roof over their head, gas in the car, or food on the table. And right now you've got millions and millions and millions of kids that are getting ready for back to school and that are, you know, they need supplies. This is what happens. You know, here in Florida tomorrow, the last of the kids here in Florida will be back to school. So the whole state of Florida will be back to school. And then other parts of the country, they start coming on between now and September. All right. So they all start filtering in, and all these kids need school supplies, backpacks, pencils, paper, crayons, whatever it may be. They have a list of things that they need to go back to school. And parents are struggling with this whole situation. You have all these different companies that are fighting for your business. And, you know, Walmart may not be the cheapest place to go to get your kids back to school supplies, maybe on some things, but not all things. So you really have to do your homework at this point in time, especially if you have kids higher up in grades where they need more different expensive products, calculators, computers, laptops, these type of things. Make sure you're doing your homework and trying to find the best deal that you possibly can save. Because if you can save 20, 30, 40 bucks by buying it someplace else, and maybe even just having it shipped to you, well, that's going to make a huge difference. That could be putting a few meals on the table. You see, this is where your planning all comes into focus. Having a plan for different types of scenarios, issues, or anything else can really help you in a time when you're struggling with either your money, jobs, what to do. Having a really level head when you got to make these decisions. Just don't run out and buy the first thing that you see, because it may not be the best buy. It may not be what could save you some money that you can put forward towards food, a roof over your head, gas in your car. These things all go into why you need to be prepared for tomorrow. You see, we just don't plan for today. We don't prep for today. We prep for tomorrow and the unseen future. Because we can't change the past. We can learn from the past. We always can learn from the past. That is a give me. The past teaches us that things can go wrong in a matter of moments. Lives can change in a matter of seconds. But being prepared for the future gives you the security that you need for you and your family. So having a plan for different types of scenarios is a very important piece that you're going to put in your toolbox for a rainy day. Because you see, folks, we can all plan and have food and water, and we plan for shelter, a roof over our head where we're living. Majority of the people, this is where you're going to stay unless you can't stay any longer. Things just don't happen as a plan. It's not like 3 days from now, I'm going to lose my job. You don't know that. You don't know 3 days from now your car is going to break down. 3 days from now, the grocery store is going to be out of the food that you can afford. You don't know where this is going. You cannot predict the future. None of us can. We can read into the future. You can read, you can study, you can take all that information in, and then you look at what the trend has been on a lot of different topics and where that went at that point in time in history. But what you have to understand is those things are very important in putting in place your plan to get you prepared. You have the power to control what it is that you want to do and how you want to be prepared. You all, everybody out there, you all have the power and the ability to exceed in whatever it is you put your mind to. I'm a firm believer in that. You see, because the mind is a great thing. It can overcome a lot of different things. But there's certain things where we have to take and we have to look at and we have to say, I don't like the way that this is going at this point in time. I don't like the way that maybe the country is going at this point in time. Is it something that you can change personally? No, of course not. Is it something you can plan for? Yes, it is. You can plan on having all your different types of food, whether it be your rice, your pastas, all your dry goods, sugar, salt, pepper. You can have all those kinds of things. You can have plenty of them. You can have a 2-week supply, which I think everybody should have a basic 2-week supply, period. You have a 3-month supply, 6-month supply, a 9-month supply, a year supply, or more. It depends on your situation. It depends on your financial situation. It depends on, do you have room to store that kind of food in a nice controlled environment? If you don't, you have to think about how you're going to maximize the products that you want to put into your survival preparedness. And you want to make sure that you can store those products correctly so that you are always going to be prepared and you can survive and weather the storm. Now, in saying that, there are different products that you can buy. Now, some of these products do get expensive. We all know that. If you are buying freeze-dried goods, you're buying freeze-dried products, you know those products are going to be expensive, especially nowadays. The prices of food and everything went up. It all went up in that also because there's more involved to it. They're doing all the work for you. Now, if you can afford a freeze dryer at, $2,500, $3,000, then you can do all the work yourself. But these companies are all doing that. So maybe if you can afford to buy one can once a month of something, well, then maybe you could be putting away something that's already going to be good for 25, 30 years. And you don't have to worry about it. It's sealed, it's in a can, put it in a cool place, dry, and you'll be fine. But for the majority of people out here, especially all you people that are just starting to prep, now listen closely. If you're just starting to prep, things are really tough right now. Things are costing you a lot more. And to be honest with you, you're a little bit behind the 8 ball. But you can do it. You're just going to have to get really smart in what you do to be prepared for tomorrow. You have to sit there and you have to look at what you can afford. You have to use the tools that are out there that you can utilize. You have to open up that toolkit. Take those tools out. You want to start using flyers, websites, apps on your phone for all your local grocery stores or wherever you buy your food from. Watch the sales. You want to make sure that, whatever you are doing. Let me write something down here real quick, folks. Whatever you are doing, you are being prepared and you are trying to maximize the amount of money that you have in this hand to the amount of money you have to pay out in this hand for all these different goods. You want to be trying to shop any buy one, get one free that you can find on products you will eat. Now, you may put up some few products that maybe you won't eat, only in an emergency type situation, in which case, don't buy a lot of those. But there are different ways that you can really maximize your money. It's just going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of homework on your part, using the tools out of your toolbox. And this way here, hopefully you can maximize the amount of food that you can buy for the amount of money you have allotted for that week. Now, say maybe you get a few extra hours at work. Take a little bit of that money and put a little bit of food up or supplies. Maybe you have enough food. It's not all about food. You have to make sure you have the supplies to go along with it. Those supplies are very key to the food part of the whole prepping project. They go hand in hand. Obviously, water is number one. You've heard me say that. I don't know how many times. You have to have water. You have to have some way to ensure that you get fresh water. You have to make sure that, water is key to survival. You don't have water, you're not going to survive. You can have all the food in the world, you're not going to survive. Your body will eventually just shut down and dehydrate. So water is key. Whatever you have to do to get water, purify it, however you want to do it, that's what you got to do. But the food and supplies and those things, they go hand in hand, folks. Your supplies, as far as anything to do with like survival gear, it could even be camping gear, first aid kits. All those supplies go with your food because you could be cooking dinner and burn yourself on an open fire because you're not used to cooking on a fire. Do you have something to treat your burn with? Because if it's an emergency situation, nobody's going to be right there to help you out. So having something to help try to take care of yourself is going to be very beneficial to you. So you see, these things all go hand in hand. And it all leads back to the main question of what have you done to be prepared for tomorrow? Look at these poor people out in California. All right. Has anybody been paying attention to what's going on out there? Parts of California are burning on fire. I mean, the fire's out of control again, which we all know about. But these monsoon rains have moved up through Death Valley. And because of all the fires everywhere, it's created all these massive floods, mudslides, and the whole 9 yards. It's stranded over, 1,000 visitors in Death Valley? I mean, that's where we're at right now. Things are changing. They're not changing for the good at this point in time. And I really feel that this is really going to affect our food production this year in this country. And I do have a video coming out this week about that. Because I think there's going to be food shortages returning. But not the kind that you're thinking about. And I don't think there's going to be actual food shortages in this country. But the food shortages, if you don't start preparing now, are going to be in your homes because you won't be able to afford it. So whatever you can do at this point in time, and whatever you can put away at this point in time, I'm calling this the golden hour, folks. Before prices rise so high, you're not going to be able to afford it. Or before things slowly start to disappear. We don't know what's going to take place. We all know that the Russian-Ukraine thing is still going on. You have the Chinese that are still threatening Taiwan. We have all these different scenarios. We're on the verge of a global famine because of what's taking place in this world. It's not one certain country. It's all the pieces on the chessboard, and they're all moving around. But they're moving around to where they're going to try to put us all into checkmate. And it will put a lot of people into checkmate. But what you have to realize is there's always that chance that somebody makes a wrong move, and you can capitalize on that move. And that move would be for you to be prepared. You see a lot of people out there, they get a little nervous if people see them buying extra food. People worry too much about peer pressure. People worry too much about what other people think when it comes to prepping, which I think is a huge mistake on their part. You see, they're not the ones that are going to have to listen to your kids when they turn around and tell you they're hungry. They're not the ones that are going to have to try to figure out how you're going to put food on the table, are they? You see, those type of people, you need to just distance yourself from, in my opinion. For the simple fact, if you are a prepper and you're trying to be prepped and ready, and you believe in your heart that, you know what, you're looking at what's going on. Maybe you're watching the news. You can watch any news you want to watch. I don't care. But if you believe in your heart that you're looking at all this stuff and something in your gut tells you, hey, something's not right here, more than likely, your gut is right. And you don't want to turn around and you don't want to ignore that feeling because it's going to get you in trouble down the road. If you get a bad feeling about things that are taking place, about things that are happening, about what you think may be coming, yes, you can listen to channels like me, all the other prepper channels out there, and everything else. And you can listen, take it with a grain of salt. But when you start putting the pieces of the puzzles together, folks, that's when you're going to realize somebody's on to something here. And maybe it's just one of us that's trying to give you a wake-up call and get you prepared. The last thing that most of us out here want that are content creators on prepping is anything to happen to any of you, any of your family, or anything else. I believe, at least I speak for myself, my sole purpose of this channel is to make a difference in everybody out there, to make you change the way you look at things. Have you ever heard the story or the saying, there's two sides to every story, right? But we also all put our pants on the same way. But you see, there's a lot of people, it seems nowadays, that are totally against us, that are trying to, I wouldn't want to say put us down. Cover us up might be a better word. You see, because a lot of people out there, especially more than likely any type of governments, the one group of people that they can't really say they can control is preppers. Because, see, they know that you're prepped and you're ready. So more than likely you have food, water, supplies, and this type of stuff. So they try taking that away from you as far as you can't buy it anymore, or they make it so expensive. If you've been doing things and putting stuff up and having a plan, you got something to fall back on. buys you time. You see, that's the key, folks. It buys you time to come up with another plan. Because eventually, what they're going to want to do, if you have done any homework on like the WHO, the World Health Organization, these people and all these big billionaires, Bill Gates and all these type of people, they're all making these big, huge plans. They have a future. They see what they want. And this is what they're trying to inject into us. This is what they want us to do. They want us to eat the lab grown meat. I've done videos on that. It's out there, folks. All right. They want everything genetically grown in labs. They don't want farm fields. They don't want cows. They don't want pigs. They don't want chickens. So they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that their plans go forward. And either we have to get on the bandwagon or we are going to get left behind. You see, because they really, really would love to sit back and do nothing more than control every aspect of our lives, what we do, where we go, what we buy, and the whole 9 yards. I don't agree with that, but that's what they would really love to do. And what do you all think? Do you all guys out there and gals that are watching, do you think that it's possible? Maybe just possible, what I'm saying is somewhat to the truth from what you see that is going on in this country. It gets a little scary, doesn't it? Sometimes it's not things that we really want to think about. But then we have to keep falling back to the main question of this video. What have you done to be prepared for tomorrow? Because you see, folks, that is the basis that we have to plan for. Because we have no idea what those people are going to do. We know what they would like to do. But will they actually get it done tomorrow? Will it start tomorrow? We don't know. Throughout history, we have seen how they have used different types of systems and everything else. Like during the Great Depression, they had a certain type system set up. You could buy so much of this per month or so much of this per week, and that was all you got. And that system worked very, very well for them through the Great Depression. And governments just don't throw away these systems just because of something that was used so many years ago. Those systems are all put into a little file, stored in a little file cabinet inside of a secret vault somewhere, so that when the time comes, all they have to do is pull that little file out and say, well, here it is, folks. That's what we're going to be doing now. And the plan just got implemented once again. Now, yeah, we've had our ups and downs in this country. We've gone through civil wars. We've gone through, wars upon wars. We've had thousands of men and women die for this country. And sometimes you really wonder what they really think about what's going on and what's taking place to this country right now. I'm sure a lot of them are rolling over in their graves. Probably even your grandparents would be ashamed of what they see and how things are run nowadays compared to years ago. You see, no longer are we a people of importance. We're no longer people of being our own. We want everything done for us. We want people to bring us stuff. We're all guilty. 99.9% of us. We're all guilty. We all sit back. We order everything online. It's delivered right to our front door. We can order our food online. They deliver it. They'll put it at your front door in your garage. You can order your dinner online. They bring it right to your front door. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. You can stay locked up in your home for the rest of your life and not even step a foot outside. But is that the way to live? Me, myself, I'd rather be outside. I'd rather be doing things myself. If I had room, I'd have a nice, big, huge garden, but I don't. If you do, maybe you should have a nice, big garden. Keeps you preoccupied. You're growing your own food. You know what's in it. There's nobody to stop you. Unless you live way out in the country and then you have animals, so you have to make sure you put a fence or something up to try to keep the animals out. But what I'm talking about is other entities trying to put a stop to what you are doing. And yes, maybe someday they will try to reach out and try to put a stop to what you are doing. But then once again, that's why we fall back to what have you been doing to plan and prepare for tomorrow? So the question stands, folks. You guys can throw little comments in over here, or you can put comments in the video once it's all done. What have you been doing to be prepared for tomorrow? Because tomorrow, we don't know what the future holds. But we have to be prepared. We have to make sure that we do have all those necessities that we need. All the different types of canned goods, from meats, potatoes, veggies, fruits, sauces, mushrooms, olives, whatever. All your dry goods. Rice is number one. Rice is the number one prepping product. Because if you package it right, it's going to last you for a very long time. Rice, pastas, couscous, anything. All your dry goods. Oats, wheat, flour, sugar, salt, spices of all kinds. Just because it's a bad situation, emergency situation, or anything else, doesn't mean you can't have flavor in your life. You just have to make sure that you are prepped with the flavor that you like. That's going to give your food a flavor instead of being bland. A little flavor, even if it's just salt and pepper, it's going to go a long ways. And the most important one is water, like I said before. Then you get into your survival stuff as far as your first aid kits. I've done videos on those. Have a first aid kit. Whatever's in that kit, make sure you know how to use it. Don't buy a kit if you don't know how to use it. If that's the case, go to Walmart and buy one of the $20 little plastic ones there. It's got a bunch of Band-Aids in it. But that's better than nothing, right? I mean, literally, folks, I mean, if that's what it takes, I mean, that's better than having nothing. You get my point? Having something is better than nothing. And in this day and age, with the prices of everything, when it comes to survival products, you don't have to stop it. You don't have to start at the very top and buy the best that is out there and put yourself in debt. You can always upgrade products. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of the other one. You keep it as a backup. because it's better to have something than nothing. So if you only start with, say, a 250-watt battery bank, well, that could charge your cell phone for emergency use. That could charge cell phones, a small radio, maybe even a laptop, an iPad. You see, they will do things. Maybe it's not going to run your refrigerator, your freezer, those type of things, but you work your way up. But you always keep the one of the ones because they're always good to have. You can fall back on them. It's there. You already bought and paid for it. Don't give it away. Don't throw it in the trash. Keep it because it's something to fall back on so that you have that to get back to. You see what I'm saying, folks? We have to always be prepared. And the more you have, whether it's top of the line, you're just starting out at the bottom, whatever it is, it's better than nothing. And it gets you prepared for tomorrow. That's the whole point of this video, is that you're prepared for tomorrow. Everybody has to have a starting point, and there is really never an ending point, folks. I get asked this question all the time. How do I know when I'm prepared? How do I know that I have enough? You never do. Because you don't know what is going to take place tomorrow. It could be a small little disaster. Okay, maybe you're out of power for a week. Power comes back on. Things go back to normal. Blah, blah, blah. It could be a catastrophic event where there's nothing there. There's nothing left. What are you going to do? How are you going to provide for your family? So ending, folks, the biggest thing is with this whole video that I want people to be very aware of is yesterday has come and gone. Tomorrow is a whole new chapter in all of our lives. And we control the writing in the book. You can control what happens to you and your family to a certain extent of being able to provide, being able to access first aid, keeping a roof over their head, food on the table. In this way here, whatever you do today will better your tomorrow and better your chances at survival. The ball is in your court. I think everybody out there has a reason to survive. Maybe it'd be your kids, your grandkids. Maybe it's your animals, your spouse, whatever it may be. But everybody out there has a reason to survive. You always have these few that are all just like, oh, well, if the shit hits the fan, I don't want to be around. Well, that's the chicken way out, in my opinion. The human body, no matter what color you are, white, black, brown, pink, purple, green, doesn't matter to me. We're all built the same. We're built to survive. And it's all in you on how you choose to do that. If you choose to throw the towel in, so be it. That's your choice. I can sit up here and talk all day long. You can watch thousands of videos. But if you choose to do nothing with the information that we try to put out there to try to make sure that you and your family are prepared, and you don't get the whole point of what we are trying to do, or at least what I am trying to do on my channel, you're not going to get it. Because I truly care about everybody out there watching. everybody that's in this chat room right now, everybody that's watching that's not in this chat room, all the subscribers, all the non-subscribers, even all you people out there that send me all the lovely hate mail and everything else. You know what? You people got to get a life. And you need to realize, you know, you got to be prepared. Doesn't matter to me. I got pretty thick skin, if you know what I mean. Maybe a lot of you older people will understand that one. I'm not going to explain it. If you want to know what it means, look it up. But I truly believe that every person out there has the ability, has the capability of doing whatever they can do to survive any situation and to be prepared. You all can do it. I know you can. And I'm here to help you however I can. That's my main goal. Just try to make sure that you and your family are prepared. That being said, I'm going to jump over here to the chat room and see what's going on. I did see a super chat come through from Doggone It, $10. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. That's what I wrote down because I still haven't figured out this chat room yet, how I can go back and I can see who has done or paid what, or if it's somebody did a super chat or a super sticker or something like that. Once it goes by, it's gone and I can't find it. So that's why I wrote that down real quick so I wouldn't miss it and forget it again. So let me just scroll back through here. I'm looking for anything in all caps. Below me, just pull down the shades, turn off the lights, stay quiet, and let others kill each other. Well, I guess that is one way to do it. Just make sure if that's what's taking place, you're staying very hidden, if you know what I mean. I mean, a lot of people, unfortunately, do live in some of these areas where the they don't have a choice. They can't leave. They can't get out of where they're at. Even if they could move, they can't. And it is what it is. So you have to be prepared. You have to have things to fall back on and be able to make sure you can adjust to those type of conditions. And you have ways to cover your windows. We have ways to have light, but a very low light. You want something real bright at that point in time. You want something very dim. And this way here, maybe you can still see what's going on. Tea lights would probably be pretty good. Just make sure that the windows and stuff and all that kind of stuff is all covered. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling back through here, folks. Working my way down. Jan's here. Hey, Jan, how you doing? All right. Curbside chat. Small canned hams are a great idea. Yeah, so small canned hams are really, really good, folks. I mean, for a canned ham, they're right there. 103, water is free, but it's hard to store enough. Yes, see, that is the biggest issue with storing water is it takes up a lot of space and it weighs a lot. So my suggestion to a lot of people is if you live in a home, especially if you have a gutter system, you can buy these collapsible water catch systems that run off your gutter. And, they'll hold up to, I think they're 50 or 100 gallons, something like that. Somewhere you can catch the water and then you have to filter it after that. You know what I'm saying? And then I would suggest purifying it because you don't know what's in the gutter system or anything like that. So, I mean, even if you don't have a water purifier, if you can build a fire, if you have a gas stove or common stove or something like that, bring it to a boil, let it boil for 3 to 5 minutes, let it cool, and you're good to go. You just sanitize your water. But you got to make sure that you filter it first, which if you don't want to buy a filtration system, using pantyhose will filter out all the debris. All right. This is what pantyhose are good for. All right, guys. So you take and you filter out the water so it takes all the debris out. And then if you boil the water, at that point, you can sanitize the water. You can also stock up on tablets you can put in there. You can use chlorine bleach also. But if you're going to use chlorine bleach, you have to make sure that you really know what you're doing, because too much is a very bad thing. So if you're going to do that way, just make sure you know what you're doing. Becky Williams, need to have community gardens. Yes, I do agree. I think they should be everywhere. Let me scroll through. Renee O'Connor says, I have 1 water and 12 filters and going to get another one and 12 more filters. There you go. I mean, if you can stockpile that kind of stuff, it's really going to help. Akamas, run a nebulizer. Yes. With some of these, different battery banks and stuff, they'll run CPAP machines. I did do a video on that. That's been a long time ago. A community member asked me to do a video on it because they needed information, so I did. And, Keith in Arizona, I love my Jackery 290 solar battery. Yes. I have rock piles over there. I mean, they're great. I love my rock piles, and I have a huge reason why I chose them over anybody else, was because of the customer service I got when I bought one of their products and it didn't work. And these people were on it just like this, and boom, and I was impressed. I was sold. Lynn Ann S., thank you very much for the super chat. She says, I'm in South California as a shift last Friday. A train car transporting the chemical strain reached dangerously high temperatures and the area had to be evacuated. Wow. Holy cow. That's a scary situation right there. Oh boy. We just don't know what's going on here, folks. I mean, that's why this is, it's such a scary, scary situation right now. Yes, I saw something about the baby formula being dumped. I just don't know where to go with that one. I was going to do a video on it, and I couldn't control my. It just didn't work. That would be good for a members only video, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. Or putting it on my website. Not for YouTube. Oh, Lord, I tell you what. Susan Austin, people who get United Healthcare get OTC cards, which you can buy food, health, beauty aids. They give me $50 a month. Yes, my mother-in-law actually gets those. And yeah, she's got, she uses them, and I mean, we've bought different things with them. She had to get I think it was what was that she bought? Was it a walker or something like that? She put some money or something towards that, or um, some type of medical supplies and stuff. And she used what she had banked, and I tell you, take advantage of it. However you can, if you're offered any type of, especially if you're on Social Security, you're retired or whatever else, wherever you can save money or you qualify for something, don't be too proud and take it, because remember this, you worked for it. It's not like you're taking it for free. You paid your dues, You paid the time, you paid your Social Security. Now sit back and collect it and get it for, for yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Sarah, water barrel with rocks, charcoal, and pebbles and sand. Yes, that'll work. Jessica Garcia, she says, I have 55-gallon barrels off my gutter and feel so behind still. That's only enough for the gardens if I lose power to the well. Yes, maybe, there are ways that you can attach barrels throughout the system there so you can keep feeding and fill up maybe other barrels or maybe a larger container. But at least you're on the right track. I mean, if push did come to shove, you could use some of that water for your personal use instead of the garden, So you've got, 165 gallons of water. If you needed some of that, you have to take some and lighten up on watering some of the products. And that's where it's going to come into play of knowing what has to be watered every day and what could go a day or two without water. Because there are some plants and vegetables and stuff, they're hardy. They can go a little bit longer without being watered every day. And then there's the ones where if you don't water, it's dead. I mean, that's just the way it is. All right, what we at on time here? Oh, we're pushing the time limit here. All right, let me scroll down through here real quick and see if I see anything else. All right. TJ, cutting in and out here, bro. Well, I don't know if it's because of maybe our storms here. We've been finally getting some rain over here. I don't know if maybe there's something moving in outside or whatever. I haven't heard any thunder. It was storming before I came on, so I apologize. As far as I can tell, everything's working fine. I haven't got any errors or anything else. My internet is working, is up to power. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes here. All right, so we have 3 giveaways. The first 2 are my community appreciation gifts from me to you. And all you're going to have to do is email me your address. All right, your name, your address. And this way here, I can get these out to you. And these are coming from the new merchandise that I just had come out today. And it all went on to, it all started up this afternoon. I did put a community post out there that was live. So these are on the Survival Preparedness coffee cups. You guys are going to love these things. I mean, they are awesome. The design, the whole 9 yards, it is just incredible and everything else. So the first one goes to, now I picked these all off the video from Friday because you guys commented so much and give me so many great ideas on giveaways and everything else. I can't thank you enough. You helped me out a lot. A lot of you people like what I've been doing. I had a lot of great new ideas. I'm going to start filtering some of these in my giveaways. And so here we go. The first one, and this is for one of the Survival Preparedness coffee cups, Mary Dennison. Congratulations, Mary. Your comment was, I would be grateful for anything you give away. Enjoy the educational videos. Thank you very much, Mary. Make sure that you are emailing me. The email address is in the description below. And if you're not, I'll give it to you here in a minute along with everybody else. And I will get that ordered and out to you. The second community appreciation winner is Patty Johnston. And Patty says, first of all, I want to say I love your channel and I have learned so much from you. I would love to win a cook stove that can be used indoors and also some kind of heating for when I lose power. I am handicapped and unable to cook outside or work a generator that I would have to go outside to turn on. Thanks for all you do. Patty, that was a great comment and everything else. And you are another community appreciation winner of the coffee cups. Now for the big giveaway from Friday's video. And this is going to be what a lot of people are asking for in that video. Seeds. All right. This is the Homesteader Collection, 50 different varieties of vegetables and herbs in a sealed packet that you guys don't have to worry about until you're ready to use them. Then you can reseal them again. That's a beautiful thing. Non-hybrid, chemical-free. All right. They're heirloom seeds, open pollinated. They come from survival garden seeds. I've done a video and stuff on them. I love this company. They're out of Utah, American made. You can't get any much better. And the winner of that particular product is Verna Thompson. Verna, you are the winner of the Seed Vault. And her comment was, I would love to win canning jars or seeds. Your channel is super. So to all you people that won, congratulations and thank you for being a member and thank you for watching and commenting on the videos. I really do appreciate everything that you all do for me. All you have to do is email me at survivalpreparedness69.com and email that right to me, your name and your address, and I will get these products ordered and out to you as soon as possible. And to everybody else out there for all that you do for this channel, I'd like to thank you all. We are growing. The channel is changing. There's a lot of things that are being offered. I'm working on getting more things set up. It just takes time. I have somebody working with me, for me now, I should say. And that person, like I did say in the very beginning of this video, you'll be meeting in a video coming in September. But till that point, once again, the merchandise store is up. It's all in the description below. And you can go in there, 15% off for the first 2 weeks. And if you order over a certain dollar amount, you can get free shipping. It just depends on whatever you want. If you want a coffee cup, a hat, there is men's stuff, there's women's stuff, there's kids stuff, there's baby stuff, there's stuffed animals, there's stickers, there's all kinds of stuff that's in there. Water bottles, bags, and the whole 9 yards, backpacks, you name it, it's in there. If you order right now, you're going to save yourself a ton of money because you're saving 15% right off the top. And maybe do a little bit of Christmas shopping or whatever else. Maybe it's for your spouse, your family, friends, loved ones, whoever it may be. Everybody loves coffee cups. There's water bottles, all those type of different things. But I'd just like to say thank you for all that you have done for this channel. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are. We are growing. We are doing a very, very great job at getting the word out. We are really making an impact in people's lives to be prepared. And that is what it is all about. Everything else is just extras. Nobody has to do anything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do any of that. It's there for the people that want it, and for the people that don't, that is fine. It's just like being a member. It's there. If you want to be part of it, you want to participate in that part, you can. If you don't, that is fine. You're still going to get great quality information from me. You still can join the live streams. You still can comment on every video. Because I want to make sure that people are being prepared. I want to make sure that everybody out there is doing their part. And I want to make sure that everybody is asking themselves, what have you done to be prepared for tomorrow? So I'd like to thank all my moderators, Jan, JT, Coffee First and Speak, I'd like to thank everybody for coming in here. I see a lot of names and everything else, from Bob 67, Pitbull, William, Sandra, Jessica, all you people, Godspeed, Lady J, thank you, Mo, all you different people out there that have made this channel what it is, because without you, I would be sitting here talking. You people are the ones, you're the backbone, you're the blood that is flowing through this community. I try to be the heartbeat to keep people motivated, to keep people ahead of the game and prepared. You're the blood, and you're spreading out, and you're helping and trying to make sure that people you know are being prepared also. So until next Saturday night, folks, I hope everybody has a great week. Stay safe, keep prepping, and make sure you're prepared for tomorrow, because we know not what tomorrow brings. So until next time, I will catch you all on the flip side. Stay safe, folks.